Peace, everybody. Deciding to do a quick live real quick, man. Just got some stuff I need to get off my chest. Got some venting that I need to do. About the current climate and everything that's going on right now. It's crazy out here. I feel like it's a lot of emotions in the air. A lot of us reacting based off of those emotions. I feel like this is a perfect time to just strategize and put some things into motion and make some big, powerful moves. So it's crazy out there. It's crazy out here. But one thing we got to do, we got to continue to be wise. Wise ways and actions. Got to make everything make sense. Got to deal with that higher intelligence. Got to operate from net level. Can't let them see us sweat. Time to be real strategic, man. This is the time to be real strategic. Put some things into motion. Put some powerful things into motion. And a lot of people, this current situation, a lot of people bringing up Donald Trump, bringing up voting. Man, we have been getting killed under every president. This has nothing to do with Donald Trump. We have been treated unfairly under every president, including Obama. So it's nothing new under the sun. This is not happening. This is not transpiring because Donald Trump is in office. This has nothing to do with that. Yes, indeed. Definitely got to vent because there's a lot going on right now. And I feel like we're being a little too reactive instead of proactive in the situation. Like if a system in and of itself is evil and wicked by nature, you screaming and hollering at that exact system that's evil by nature is not doing anything. You cannot change the nature of the beast, no matter how hard or how loud you scream at it. If the foundation of that very system is based upon being evil, wickedness, devilishment, then that is what that system is going to continue to do. That is exactly what that system is going to continue to push and do, no matter how hard you try to change it. If you want to be under the impression that that rattlesnake has the ability to change and become nice and you trust that rattlesnake, that's on you for being gullible. What's going on, Kev? That's on you for being gullible, for trusting that snake. A snake is a snake. That rattlesnake is to not be trusted. When you let your guard down and you trust that rattlesnake because you feel like you didn't holler at that rattlesnake for it to change its nature, like that's on you for being gullible. That's on you for being gullible. It's not the most effective. Again, at some point, we got to go back and learn from history. We keep repeating it. We have been protesting for, like, we've always protested, and we continue to get placed in the same type of predicaments over and over. And we literally protest after each predicament, after each circumstance. We protest, we protest, we protest. It's the same predictable pattern. The same predictable pattern at some point. Like, that's insanity. Doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. It's insanity. We're doing the same. It's predictable. We're doing the same exact thing. I mean, we are literally responding to this the same exact way. And Kev, I honestly feel like it's going to get worse. And the reason why I say that is because of the whole COVID situation. Like, I almost want to tie in the coronavirus and the COVID-19 to this particular situation. It can go like one of two ways. Either you are about to see a major increase, like in the COVID cases, like a lot more of us are going to become sick, because we are out here protesting and things of that nature, or the truth will come out about that. Like if we are out here not practicing the social distancing and all of a sudden the COVID-19 cases are not increasing, then somebody lied to us. So me personally, I feel like it's going to get worse because I feel like they may be out here injecting that freaking virus in the air while we out here protesting, and we done let our guards down with that. And you're going to see a lot more of those cases. So we not being wise, overly emotional. We forgot about COVID-19 just that quickly. So when this stuff boils down, I guarantee you, like my personal opinion, I guarantee you will see a spike in those cases. Like I mean, it was so predictable. If they wanted to use this virus as a weapon, they got us. If they legit wanted to take us down with this virus, they have now gotten us. They like, oh, okay, we got them all out here protesting. Let's put this virus in there. We got it. I mean, we would just be playing right in their hands because, again, I mean, it's just that simple. That's why I said the timing of all of this is ironic. I mean, just last week, we was afraid to go out the house. We was afraid to step out of the house. We was afraid to get that close to an individual. Now we protesting and we think that we safe because we got masks on. Like, come on. Come on. Like, we got to be smart, man. We got to make this all make sense. We think just because we out here protesting with masks on, we safe. That is not how this stuff works at all. Like, as I was brought up, I was told to do the knowledge. Like, you gotta observe, you gotta examine, you gotta analyze the situation thoroughly before you make a move, before you respond, before you react. Like, that is what we are not doing. Again, we hooping and hollering at a system that has never been in our favor from the jump. That will not change. The only thing that we can do is neutralize that system by creating our own and focusing on building up our own communities. That's it. That's it. They are acting according to their nature. Like, it's just that simple. They are acting in accordance to their nature. Like, when they shoot and kill us, when they assassinate us, like, that is what they do. That is what they have been doing. That's history. They have been doing that. We can go back to Black Wall Street, Rosewood. We can do all of that. We can go back to MOVE. Like, that is what they have been doing historically. That is in their nature to do that, to destroy us. They do not want to see us shining. Like, they have been trying to wipe us out. I mean, we can go to the Tuskegee experiment and all of that. They have been trying to wipe us out. This is nothing new. This has been in their nature. So why would I waste my time hooping and hollering to that individual that I know doesn't like me? I don't want them to accept me. I don't care if you accept me. I know that your system is not going to change because you are not going to change. It's not in your nature to change. So the only thing that we can do is focus on ourselves and focus on building up our own communities. That's it. Yeah, I appreciate that, fam. I appreciate it. I appreciate that, Sasha. Some of you understand. Some don't. But I've had a lot of good conversations with people from your area. So yeah, I've had a lot of good conversations with people from that area. It seemed like you all know what's going on more so than the people in this very country. So I've had a lot of good conversations with people over there. Yeah, street justice. I mean, that we gotta have police to police them. So we gotta police the police. Like, that's what we gotta do. We can't rely on them to protect and serve us. Like, they are protecting and serving their interests, like the establishment's interests. That is their job, not to protect us. No. It was never their duty to protect us. They are protecting the interests of the establishment that is paying them. So again, the police department, the cops, they are not the problem. They just pawns. It is the people who are controlling them that we need to be focusing on. Who writing the checks for these brothers in the police departments? Who's writing the checks for these people in the police department? Who funneling money into the prison system and funneling money to the police department? That's who we need to focus on. Those are the individuals whom the police department is protecting and serving. Yep. And a lot of them were Nazis, man. Like a lot of them were Nazis. And that's just a fact. So you can never trust the cop. Like you can never trust that particular department. Oh yeah, most definitely. And that's exactly my point. The game has always been rigged. So I'm not about to sit, hoop, and holler at the creators of that game to change it. They will never change the game to rig it in the favor of people who they despise. That makes no sense. If they view you as a threat, why would they change the rules of the game so that we can benefit from the game, so that we can rise to their level or beyond? That makes no sense. So I'm not about to waste time. I'm not about to waste all my time and energy screaming at them, because it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I mean, just looking at it from a business perspective, like that's not even going to make any sense on their end. So it's not going to happen. I feel like the black cops, I'm kind of torn between the black cops. I mean, I've met a lot of them. I know some of them. I just really feel like, again, they're pawns. Like it's not much they can do. It's almost like when Obama got in office and black people were just overly excited. And I'm just like, it's not really much that dude can do. It's people that control him. So it's like I look at the black cops in that same light. It's really not much that they can do, because if they try to go against that establishment, then again, they're about to be out of a job and all that type of stuff. So they won't be able to take care of their families and stuff like that. So it's like they caught in that mix. That's why I said, as long as we are under their control and power, like it's hard for us to really move how we need to move. And my whole thing is, what's the long-term game plan here? Okay, so let's just say they lock all the cops that were involved in his murder, lock them up for life. Then what? Are we now satisfied? Even if they do that, they would do that just to shut us up. So what's the long-term play here? What's the long-term play here? That's what I'm focusing on. What's the long-term play? Because at the end of the day, let's say they lock them up, give them life, even kill them, whatever the case may be, whatever it is they want to do. What's the long-term play? We still got these racist institutions teaching our kids. We still got these food industries out here that are racist because they are promoting certain foods to certain populations and demographics, which enable us to attain certain diseases. Like that's wiping us out, and that will still be here. It's racist folks owning those corporations. Then we still got the medical industry controlled by these same racist folks. So what we gonna do? What's the long-term plan here? What's the long-term plan? Because we got a lot of enemies. We got a lot of enemies out here. We got a lot of things contributing to our downfall. So what's the long-term play here? Oh yeah, most definitely. I feel like we not too far off from them starting to kill cops. Like I don't doubt that. I can definitely see that happening. I can definitely see that transpiring. I can definitely see that. Yeah, most definitely building the families up. Like most definitely. Like I most definitely agree with that. I'm under the impression we need to minimize our dependency on this system. We need to focus more on homeschooling. We got to stop sending our children to these racist institutions so they can become miseducated. We got to take over. We got to take control over our employment status. We can't be dependent upon them to earn a living and take care of our families. So we got to become more self-sufficient, self-employed. We got to be business owners. We got to do things like that. Medical institutions, we got to start looking out for our health more so than depending on them to save us. Like, those are the things that we have to do. Because at the end of the day, what's the point of all this if we continue to send them out here? We continue to send our kids out here to these institutions to become miseducated, to learn how to be slaves for these same corporations. We continue to go eat these food. I mean, just look at it. Like, what is all this fighting doing if we don't even have the health, like the stamina to last? What is all this fighting for if we don't even have the stamina and the health to last? Like, what is the sense of like building our own if we can't maintain it? So we got to look out for our health. We got to do that. We got to do that. We got to do more of that. We got to minimize our dependency on this system, because that is the problem. We are too dependent on this system, way too dependent on it. That's why I took it upon myself. I said, all right, I'm tired of depending on this system to earn my living. I'm worth more than they would ever pay me. So I'm going to go out here and I'm going to open my own gym. So that is exactly what I'm doing. Forget it. Like, and then when I open the gym, I'm going to employ some brothers and I'm going to teach those brothers how to do this. That's the blueprint, man. We gotta value ownership. We gotta value our health. We gotta value education. We gotta control the narrative. Now, I don't necessarily believe in the end times. I don't think it's that. It definitely states definitely firearms. Definitely. And the reason why I'm not an end time subscriber, for one, I'm not really religious, but we've had plenty of like theories of moments where people thought we were living in the end times. I mean, every breath that you take, like, you're closer to that end time. So we always gonna be living in something like that. But we done had plenty of situations back when it was 2012. I mean, we done had a lot of different situations where people thought that was the end. We are the end of times. So we done had too many instances where people thought it was the end, and it obviously wasn't. So I don't believe in anything like that. It's just a wicked time, man. I mean, that's just what it is. At the end of the day, I just want to see more people make moves, make power moves, like think longevity, think long term. We've been doing enough short term thinking. So we got to think long term, man. What's the long term goal here? Be really proactive with it. That's the thing. I agree history is repeating itself, and I can agree with this generation and not having it. But the thing of it is, like I said, when all this is said and done, like I said, if this turns out in everybody's favor, then we turn around and we continue to support these racist corporations. Like, we continue to go put all our money back into Walmart. They just burn the Target down, rebuild it. We continue to shop at the Target. We continue to buy our fast foods from McDonald's and Wendy's and Burger Kings and all these corporations and institutions that don't care for us. Like, what is the point of that? What is the point of all this if we continue to go support these corrupt corporations willingly? Like, we got to get on. We gonna burn the Target down. Then we need to create our own Target. And that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. People are venting, which I get, but it's like with the we've been doing that for too long. I mean, we didn't. I mean, this situation has happened pretty much every year, numerous times. So at some point, we got to really value action and ownership. Because while we are thinking we are hurting their pockets and things of that nature by burning stuff to the ground, while we think we are hurting them, we really are not. Because the moment we stop valuing like ownership and taking stuff into our own hands, like control and power and things of that nature, like they don't really care that they got to rebuild a Target or put another store there or put something there that we gonna continue to support. Like they don't really care about that. They don't mind losing a few police officers or whatever. Like they don't care. I don't like I said that. I think that's the misunderstood topic too. It's hard to have this discussion without the emotions. Like I don't blame them for destroying, like at all. I don't blame them. That's cool and whatnot. It's cool, but again, at some point, we got to think past that. Because look, I grew up where Mike Brown was killed. I grew up like right around the corner from there. Like the gas station that they burned up was my neighborhood gas station. Like I grew up right around the corner from what happened to Mike Brown. Once that situation cooled off, like they just put some stuff over there. Like they even got some Arabs over there that got a beauty supply store over there, and we continue to support that. So like the stuff that was burnt down and whatnot over in that area where I grew up, like they just rebuild it, put some stuff over there that we do not own, and they are just supporting it. Now they do have an urban league over there, but I'm not even too fond of the history of the urban league. But they do have an urban league over there where they burnt down the gas station over there where I grew up in Ferguson. They did put an urban league there, but it's still stores that have no right being in our community over there that's continuing to get our support even after what happened with Mike Brown. And I can speak from experience because I grew up right around the corner. I still live 5 to 10 minutes away from there. So it's like after all of that venting took place, nothing really changed. And that has been my problem. That's why I took a different approach. Because I went to some protests when that all popped off. Like I went to some protests and I was hearing people. Everybody had a good talk. But then weeks went by. And I'm trying to link up with people. So we need to do this. We need to get together. We need to pull money together. And we need to fund our own business endeavors. Like nobody was really for that. Everybody was making excuses when it came to that. So again, that's why I had to make my own moves, because when I'm trying to gather people, like when we had that Mike Brown energy going, I'm trying to gather people like, hey, this is the perfect time, like economically speaking, to go ahead and start pulling our money together. We didn't burn down this neighborhood. Let's rebuild it with our own businesses. Let's pull this money together. People weren't listening. People weren't listening at all. That's been and Kev, about the fear that they have of us taking over. That's always been their fear. That's why they treat us the way that they do. As the COINTELPRO document states, they don't want to see the rise of a black messiah. So that's why you can go down in history from Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, Huey Newton, MLK, assassinated. On Marcus Garvey's case, like they had to accuse him of mail fraud. But when you go check all our dominant leaders, they were assassinated because COINTELPRO stated they don't want to see the rise of a black messiah. So that's always been the objective. They have a big time fear of us taking over. It's hard for us to have our own. It's a lot of different reasons for that. One of the main things that I would say is two things. I would say lack of education, because one of my degrees is actually business management. So, I had to go to business school, and I would say a lot of folks just don't know like how simple it can be. Or some people don't know where to start, because I've had a lot of conversations with people and they say they want to do their own thing, but they just don't know where to start or how to start. So I say lack of education is at the root of why it's so hard for us to have our own. Then I would say that support from one another is not there like it should be or like it needs to be. And thirdly, we are just too dependent upon them. It's like Stockholm syndrome. Like we are too dependent. Like we don't think. I've had countless conversations with individuals like, man, you too talented. Why are you working for this corporation, giving them your talent and skill, your time and energy, when you can just branch off and do your own thing and take all the profit? We are afraid to do it because they're talking about, oh, I need this insurance or I need that steady paycheck. We are afraid to take risk. We are afraid to take risk. So that's third. So those would be the three reasons as to why I feel like it's hard for us to have our own. Lack of education, because that's the foundation. We just don't know. That support amongst each other, like financially, economically, is not as strong as it needs to be. And then, just like I said, with the Stockholm syndrome, we just too dependent upon them, and we are afraid to take risks. Those are the main three reasons. Oh yeah, the news. Oh man, yeah, the news is so corrupt with the narrative. I don't even waste time on the news. I take on the white people protesting with the black people for George Floyd. I mean, at the end of the day, they can go out there and do whatever it is they want to do. They can protest, but at the end of the day, they don't know. They will never know what it's like to be black in this particular country. So it's hard for them to really relate to how rough it is. Like they would never know what it's like to raise a black child. They would never know what it's like to be a black man or a black woman in this particular country. It's just something that they will not be able to relate to. So while it's cool that they are out here protesting, I actually really don't care about them protesting. I don't care because they just will never understand this struggle. I'm always more concerned just with my brothers and sisters, man, and just the approach that we are taking. I always want to see us elevate and get to that level that we once were at. Like we were once on top. We were once the almighty people that controlled and ran everything. We need to get back to that. We need to get back to that, man. And in order to get back to that, we got to look at this system and the people who control it for what they are. We didn't have plenty of ancestors let us know the truth about these people in this system, the nature of the beast, but we accuse them of teaching hatred. We accuse them of teaching hatred when they let us know the nature of this system and the people that control it. They was teaching hatred. They was crazy. They was racist and things of that nature. No, sir. They was correct. They was right and exact. Most definitely. I mean, when you go back in history, you will find infiltration in like every organization that we ever had. So like the fact that that's why I said something about the coronavirus, because they are out here igniting like some of the riots and the looting and things of that nature, setting stuff on fire. They are out here initiating that and doing that. I guarantee you they got people out here poisoning that air and putting that virus out in the air. I guarantee you. I wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't put it past them at all. Yeah, this system is not to me. It's not to be trusted, and it's not to be expected to change. Got to stop expecting this system to change because it won't. It will not. Like I said, only thing we can do is neutralize it with another system, with our own system. Yeah, it's gonna spike. This playing right in their hands. It's playing right in their hands. It is playing right in their hands, man. So I guarantee you it's gonna spike. I know that for an actual fact. And then, like, yeah, and I was just about to say that. I was just about to say that it's gonna spike, and then we're gonna be afraid to step out of the house once again. Yeah, I'm glad you said you have mixed feelings because that's where I'm at with it. That is where I'm at with. I don't even want to say I feel. I definitely know it's people out here taking advantage about the situation for their own benefit. I know that that's happening. Yeah, they definitely got curfews out here. Like martial law, they've been talking about martial law since I've been born and beyond and before. It's a couple things they've been martial law and depopulation. Like that's been on the agenda. That's been on the menu since I can remember. So at any given time, they can wipe out a large chunk of us. They will, and at any given time, they can issue out certain policies and new laws and things of that nature to control us, keep us contained. They will. Yeah, it's getting real everywhere. It's getting real everywhere. Yeah, always the same spokesperson. It's a lot of so-called coincidences. Like I don't believe in coincidences, but it's a lot of that when stuff like this pops off. But a lot of times, most of the times, people call me like conspiracy theorists and things of that nature because I'm thinking outside of the box. COINTELPRO big time. People must have forgot about COINTELPRO and act like it doesn't exist anymore. Like that's still out here. Yeah, we relegated to singing and marching, and that's what we've been doing. That's what we've been doing. Million Man March, like we just marching and singing. Like that is literally what we have been doing. So that's why I said at some point we got to operate like they got the unseen hand. They got like it's we gotta really move like that. Just look at a lot of the people they take out, like Dr. Sebi, like our holistic healers, like they take. Yeah, people need to wake up. People need to wake up big time. I mean, people just keep hitting the snooze, keep hitting the snooze, keep hitting the snooze. We caught up in the moment. They keep hitting the snooze. Like it's nothing new under the sun. This has not just started happening. This has been happening. But people just continue to hit that snooze button. Continue to hit it. Continue. Like I said, I can go pull out books of my ancestors letting you know the nature of the beast. I can go pull up a lot of those documents, man. The nature of the beast, I can go, we can talk about that. About 10 years ago, like when I used to rap and do poetry and things of that nature, like I was talking about this. Hence why I'm on my third Facebook page. Like I was getting threats from like those people because I was talking about this heavily. So 2 of my Facebook pages got shut down, essentially. Like they forced me to use my government name type deal on Facebook, man. They wouldn't even let me get on Facebook. They wouldn't let me get back on Facebook without using my government name. So I ran through 2 Facebook pages, man. They shut my first page because I was a Tupac fan, was Illuminati Bell, man. They shut that page down. I mean, I was dropping all type of information on this system on that particular page, got shut down. I was getting inboxes from strange folks telling me I need to stop talking about what I was talking about, or I would have to pay for me talking about it. Like I was getting those messages, man. So that's how I know some of the stuff that I was talking about was an actual fact, because I was getting them threats by those little dummy pages. So I know I was on some type of list because I was getting a lot of those little messages. So it's like we gotta really pay attention. No, they definitely don't. They definitely don't. I can bear witness to that. That's why it took me so long to say I'm gonna get on YouTube, because my whole thing was, I was like, if I get on YouTube and talk how I really want to talk, the YouTube page may not last that long. I honestly believe one of the reasons why I'm still here is because just how I move. And then I kind of chilled out a little bit. I definitely check out that video. You know what's crazy? Still Standing Enterprises, they can't control the narrative, but what's crazy is it's like they still are. And I'm gonna speak on the industry that I'm in, which is fitness. It's like you would think with all this information out here that we would be a healthier population, because it's so easy to attain the science of like how to eat properly. But that's also the problem. It's so easy to put more misinformation out here, so it's got people confused at a higher level. So when I talk to a lot of people about health and fitness, man, they are so confused and overwhelmed because of all of the information that's out here. Like, they don't know where to start, because they can look up how to lose weight. They may get 10 different ways on how to lose weight. So they just overwhelmed and confused at a higher level. So it's like at the same time that it's easier for us to kind of control the narrative, it's also easier for it to be a lot more misinformation out here, because it doesn't take anybody anything like to post some information online. Like, I see people utilize memes on Facebook as actual facts. I've literally had people come to me just on the fitness tip. I'm gonna keep focusing on that because that's what I deal with. I've literally had people show me memes of like information for me to like verify and confirm. I'm like, are you serious? So like, we believe in memes now? Memes are like the new research, the form of research. Yeah, and you know what, Donna, was crazy, and I never the regulation of the internet, that was something I was talking about 10 years ago. The regulation of the internet. They have been trying to do that, and I think now more so than ever is going to be a time where that may actually happen. They have been trying to regulate the internet for a minute, going against all of the amendments, like the freedom of speech. Yeah, you free to speak only when it benefits them. When you say anything that's going against the grain or the system, you are not free. You are no longer free to speak. So it's a lot going on. But again, like I said, it's nothing new under the sun. A lot of people been talking about this type of stuff for years, and a lot of people just view them as crazy. And I was one of them, man. This is stuff I was talking about years ago, like years ago, and people just was writing me off as crazy. Man, I had a few situations where it was like dudes that I knew, like their girlfriends at the particular point of time suggested that they stop associating with me because of what I was talking about. That's how crazy it got. Yeah, Tupac, that was my main inspiration. That's like he the greatest of all time to me. Definitely too lazy to research, bro. And the crazy thing is, they got the ability to take away those rights if we allow them to. That's why I said we got to neutralize this. So we dependent upon this system. So we are under this system. We are under the system. So if they make laws, like, we got to abide by those laws. So we got to neutralize it with our own system. Yeah, some people it's harder to fool some people, but and I've been dealing with a lot of folks, and some folks just some folks just too easy to fool. Still to this day, system is very much so unbalanced, very much so, big time imbalance. Like it's a big time imbalance, and it will never become balanced, never, because that's not the nature of this system. The nature of this system, it was not built on equality. It was not built on balance. Never. Yeah, if it's like on the news, if it becomes a meme, I mean, if it's on the first page of Google, like then it's a fact. Or I mean, even I'm gonna go a step further. Even if it's like just a YouTube video, it's a fact. Like even stuff I say, I tell people, man, research what I say. Don't ever take what I say as a fact. Like, yeah, I've done my research. I could be trusted in certain fields, but still do your research. That's why I always point people toward books. Like, hey, read what I read, like, and then read what they read. Never just trust what I'm saying, because what I'm saying came from research. So just do the research to validate, confirm what I'm saying, or even disprove what I'm saying. Oh, don't get me started on the pastor. If the pastor say something, it is oh my goodness, an undeniable fact, and that you better not argue with it if the pastor said it. That you better not argue with it. If the pastor said it, it's happening. It's true. It's reality. Yeah, I got a love-hate relationship with Google. I just got a love-hate relationship with Google. Like I'm more so I bury my head in the books. That's me, that's what I do personally. Like Google is like one of my last sources to confirm some information, but I start off with the books and I go from there. Yeah, you going to a hell that does not exist. Like that's where they think we're going. When you could just look around you and see that we live in a place similar to that described as hell. So heaven and hell, those are conditions here on earth. So you know what I'm saying? Like that's all that is. That's all that is at the end of the day. Like I'm not afraid of any of that. Like I accepted that reality a long time ago. I'm not afraid of any of that. A lot of us afraid to deal with death and talk about death and things of that nature. Doesn't fear me. Like, that doesn't instill any fear in me to talk about those topics. Yeah, life is great because life is what you make it at the end of the day. Goes back to controlling the narrative. Like, yeah, it was a tragedy that happened, but we are powerful people. We are powerful people. We are definitely a powerful people, the most powerful people when we deal with it scientifically. We cannot be stopped. Once we choose to like unite, we cannot be. Yeah, good thing you don't know what a meme is because that's the new research right there. That's the new research. It's definitely a state of mind. Everything state of mind because everything starts in that mind. Everything starts as a thought. So it's all a state of mind. Without that state of mind, nothing exists. So it all starts there. Like, and that's what people don't realize. That's what people do not realize. That's why I tell people all the time, you will be surprised at what you can accomplish via the power of that mind. But a lot of us have settled in that hellish state of mind. Like we've settled in it. Julian, I may get up for a moment and go bring some of my books over here, because I like to put them on the screen. So I may either that, or when I get off here, I write them down in the comment section, because it's a lot. So just stay tuned. You will probably see me list the books. But we gotta speak on that fear. Like, we gotta eliminate that fear. We gotta eliminate that state of mind. Like, we gotta go out here. We gotta take risks. We gotta take risks. Just like we getting bold enough out here to stand up and trash police departments and burn down stores. We need to have that same mindset when it comes to building up our own communities. We need to be bold when it comes to employment. We need to be bold and just start these businesses. We don't need to be living in fear talking about, I need that steady paycheck. Be bold and fearless like you are when you fight these cops out here. We got to provide for ourselves by any means necessary, like Malcolm X. So we need to have that same fearless mentality when it comes to being self-sufficient, when it comes to our health. Be fearless with your health. Say, drive past that McDonald's instead of stopping at it. Drive past that Burger King, man. Drive past that Wendy's. Scroll past that pork. You don't need that. When you at that family function and they trying to get you to eat that cancer causing food, be fearless then, be bold and stand up to them and say, I'm not eating that. I'm not eating my way to my grave early. When you at that doctor's office and they telling you, oh, you got this form, you at this stage of this cancer, you pretty much doomed, tell them, no, I'm not. This can be reversed. And it will be reversed. Stand up to that doctor when they give you that gross news, man. When they give you that depressing news, stand up to that doctor. Let them know, nah, man, the body can heal itself. It was designed to do that. I just got to give it a certain environment. I got to give it certain foods. Be fearless and bold to these doctors that's telling you, oh, you got diabetes, so you got to take this medication for life. Tell them, no, I don't have to. All I got to do is change my lifestyle and I don't have to take any form of medication. Be bold, be fearless in all walks of life. I have been called crazy. I have been called the devil himself. I have been called everything under the sun, like a deceiver. I have been called everything. But I legit got called like a devil, like legit got called that. Like several times. Yeah, we gotta keep that energy. We gotta keep that energy rolling, man. We gotta keep that energy rolling. Like I said, be fearless, be bold with your goals, with your dreams, with your aspirations. Be bold with your support of your brother and your sister. Appreciate that, Kev, man. It's just, hey, I got a lot of venting to do. Like, if I would have been on YouTube back in the day, it'd have been crazy. But people was telling me to get on YouTube, get on. Like, I was back out when Ustream was popular and things like that. But people have been trying to get me on a platform like this for a minute. And I was just like, man, I don't feel like getting on another platform just to get shut down. Yeah, soon when you go against the grain, and trust me, I go against the grain with a lot of things that I do. You get frowned upon, man. Just people just look at you like, man, why are you doing that? Appreciate that, fam. I'm making my effort to go against the grain. Like, if society is going left, I'm going right, because it's probably a bunch of gold going right. I don't want to travel down the path everybody else is traveling down, because it's not necessarily a good path. Yeah, man, doctors for the most part be full of nonsense, be full of garbage. But we continue to accept death wish that these doctors give us, like, oh, you know, or the death date, like, all right, yep, you got this cancer, you got this diabetes, you got this heart condition. Only thing you can do is stay hooked on these medications that's actually going to make you worse. So like we need to bomb these doctors. We need to call these doctors out. I done had some personal situations with these doctors, man. We need to be calling them out. That industry is 100% like garbage, man. Just think of how many of us have been killed and are being killed because we have put our trust in a medical institution. Again, medical errors account for, like, I think the last time I checked, medical errors killed about over 200,000 people a year. Medical errors. Medical errors kill over 200,000 people a year. Just listen to what I am saying. Medical, I'm going to repeat that again. Like Umar Johnson, like how he repeats himself. I'm going to repeat this again. Medical errors kill over 200,000 people a year. Who is talking about that? Like, who is talking about the fact that medical errors is killing 200,000 people a year? And I can guarantee you, we make up a large portion of that, considering how many of us exist in this country, like the proportions. But who is talking about that, though? Like, who is really talking about the fact that just medical errors alone are killing that many people a year? Errors. Like, I wish I could make that many errors on my errors that are causing people to die. And these people continue to have jobs, continue to get paid decent money to make errors that kill over 200,000 people a year. What sense does that make? And why is that not a heavier topic than it is? Yeah, most of them don't know what's in these medications, these vaccines, and things of that nature. All they are pretty much programmed to do is to say, oh, you got that symptom. They're going to treat that symptom. So, oh, your head hurt. Here go this ibuprofen. That's all they are designed to do. Diagnose the symptom and then give you a medication based off the symptom. Or suggest surgery or something like that. Treat the symptom. That's it. And I appreciate that. Any type of support is cool. Like I said, I'm getting the keys to my building tomorrow for my gym. So like all the support that I could get go a long way, because this is just the beginning of what I'm building. Like, I'm about to build one of the largest gym chains, but I'm gonna start small. Like, that's my role in this fight, getting everybody to get more healthy, get more in tune with their health and their fitness. So I'm gonna start with this small gym chain. I had to make a bold move. This was the perfect time for me to do it. A lot of people think that it's crazy, but this is the perfect time for me to make this move. It's gonna be called Almighty Fitness. Because if you all don't know, I was training at Gold's Gym before this Corona thing popped off, and the Gold's Gym over here in St. Louis, they permanently closed down. So I lost my job, pretty much, my training job. So I took it upon myself. I said, oh, this is an opportunity. Instead of me crying about losing a job, I said, this is an opportunity. It's a blessing. So now I don't have to rely on them. I'm going to create my own opportunity. I'm going to go find me a building, lease it out, and I'm going to do my own thing. Exactly. Once you accept that reality, once that doctor tell you, and that's why doctors need to be more mindful of what they speak and say, like the energy behind, like what they speak and what they speak. They need to be more mindful of that energy, because people trust their expertise. So when you telling that person about that cancer, like, you need to give them hope. You need to give them the actual reality of it. It can be reversed. Your body was designed to heal itself. Oh yeah, most definitely. I'm creating products to raise the funds. So I got an ebook that's finished, and I'm gonna have that posted sometime tonight or maybe tomorrow. I mean, I got two books that's already out. I'm working on this ebook, and then I'm gonna also create some t-shirts and probably some blender bottles. And I'm gonna pretty much slang those, and all the proceeds gonna go to getting equipment for the gym. So I believe in a fair exchange. So if you support me, you get something in return. I believe in that. And no, I don't train in any fighting systems, but I'm working on learning that. I'm starting with like boxing. I got a couple people around me that box. And I got one brother that's been trying to get me to learn Bruce Lee's martial art, like Jeet Kune Do. So I know somebody that teaches that. So it won't be too long before I'm offering that. Yeah, you definitely don't have to suffer from high blood pressure and any type of disease just because your family is suffering from it or suffered from it. Appreciate that, Kev. I'm like I said, I'm gonna let everybody know. I'm that those are the type of moves that I'm focused on making. Oh yeah, oh my good, yeah, the doc. I cannot tell you how many times the doc. Matter of fact, I just had like my cousin just spoke to me on Facebook, and she just said her best friend, I think the father of her best friend, I guess, was getting treated for the COVID-19, and they injected him, I guess, with a vaccination. He was feeling, they say he was feeling good prior to getting injected with this vaccination. After he got injected with this vaccination, he ends up dying. They are trying to say, I think she said they are trying to say the cause of death was like a heart, something wrong with his heart or something like that. Ironically, he dies after the vaccination. He was feeling just fine before that. So that goes hand in hand with the conspiracy that's out here that they are killing us instead of us actually dying from this virus. Most definitely. I appreciate all the support. I appreciate it. And I'm gonna be holding seminars and stuff like that. So any given time y'all got some time to travel, come this way. I'm gonna definitely be coming to cities too as well to spread the message, because that's something I'm also working on, like just public speaking, spreading the message, traveling, and things like that. Just linking up with like-minded individuals and getting things going like that. Because like I said, it's only so much that I really want to say on here because I know they watching. So we got to get behind the scenes. So that's why I'm planning on doing some traveling and just speaking with people behind the scenes, making moves like that. Like, I don't want to announce everything on here because, like I said, they watching. So that's one of my plans too, to just do more traveling and speaking engagements, man. Just linking up with like-minded individuals and networking like that. Oh, it's definitely population control, man. They've been trying, like, again, population control is heavy. Like I said with the Tuskegee experiment, man, when they was injecting us with syphilis, calling it bad blood, like they've been doing this for so long. To the point where we are willingly digging early graves for ourselves. Like, just the food choices you making, like, that's killing you. That's population control. Them bad habits you passing down to your kids, that's population control. Like, that's control. Listen, what's crazy is this process, the process for getting this property secured, it actually did not take me that long. It was nothing. I completed this whole process in about a month. And this is while working. Like, the way my job is set up now at the bank, like, we work 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. So I've been able to secure this property within like a month, and some weeks involve me working. The hardest part of the process, I'll probably say, is just attaining the actual business license. That's a longer process because you got to get 2 inspections and things of that nature. So just that part is probably the longest. But man, I found the property online. I contacted the individuals that own the property, went out to go view the property, said I liked it, said I pretty much wanted it, had to just write up a little document saying that. Then that next day, pretty much had the form signed, sealed, and delivered, saying that I was going to take over the property, the leasing agreement. And it was pretty much a done deal after that. Then I had to scan, you got to scan over the certificate of insurance. And little stuff like that. So it's not that, like, the process is nothing. Like, anybody that's looking to start a business and attain a building and things of that nature, I pretty much can walk you through that. It's not as complicated as people make it seem at all. Yeah, the only time I would recommend probably going to a hospital, like, is to the emergency room. Like, if you broke your arm or something, or if you sliced your finger off or something like that. Other than that, no, I do not recommend. I'm not a fan of the doctor. And that's not me being ignorant and things of that nature. That's not me being stubborn. No, that's simply me not trusting that particular institution. Oh, I can definitely give you all that information step by step. Like, if I go to the doctor, I'm pretty much laughing at what's being told to me. The last time I went to the doctor is when I had a car accident, and I pretty much just had to go. But that was it. And when I went to the doctor, it was funny. They checked my heart. They said I had one of the strongest hearts that they have ever seen. I said, yeah, that's thanks to not coming to you all. Because when I was coming, the crazy thing is, when I was a child, when I consistently went to the doctor, like, that's when I felt the worst. Like, that's why I had to continue going to the doctor. Like, every time I went, like, sometimes they wouldn't even know what was causing my issue. So it was like I was left not knowing what my problem was, and they just gave me some type of medication for it. So it's like you wasn't able to detect or decipher what my actual issue is, but yet you got a medication for me. So if you don't have medication for it, that makes absolutely no sense. So I've been there, done that, man. When I was like a teen, like my teenage years, like, I stayed in and out of the doctor. Like, I had asthma. Like, my respiratory system was garbage. Like, I was like used to be hooked up to breathing machines and all that. I had a wheezing problem. Like, my respiratory system was not good. I stayed in and out of doctors. Like, I used to get constant nosebleeds, headaches, and all that good stuff. So I stayed going to the doctor. They stayed trying to give me shots and medication and all that good stuff. So then when I would take them or get the shots, I find myself back needing to go back to the doctor about a month later, because I'm feeling worse. Yeah, the process is definitely different, depending on the city, but I don't feel like it is that different based off of, like, the research that I was doing. I don't think it's that much different. I'd say probably the difference in some of the other cities and states and whatnot probably will revolve around maybe like the insurance and stuff like that. But I don't feel like it should be that much of a difference. Like, the insurance you may need in one city, it may be different, maybe under a different name or something. So yeah, I'm to this day, I believe it's two situations that kind of messed me up for life. And I got research to back that up. One thing that I got as a child that I know for a fact is causing, like, issues, like, with just like my brain health. I got a feeling as a kid because I had a cavity. They gave me that feeling. That's all mercury. That affects the brain. So I know a lot of my brain, like, I got a lot of, like, I've had anger issues for a long time. And I think a lot of that stems from that feeling that I got as a kid, that mercury impacting my brain. And I got a lot of shots as a child too, and I know that contributed to a lot of, like, things that was going on with me, because the moment I got a lot of this information and made the changes that I needed to make, I stopped suffering from a lot of that, like the nosebleeds, the headaches, all that went away. So I can speak from experience. I know for a fact the feeling that I got when I was a kid, like, contributed to a lot of issues that I had. I know that for a fact. I mean, the science is even out now on the mercury and the feelings and how bad and detrimental the feeling is. But like that's what I had the feeling for a long time. That silver feeling, like I had it. A lot of things, man, contributed to me going vegan. It was some things I can remember off the top of my head. I watched the slaughterhouse documentary. That was troubling, just to see how the condition of the slaughterhouses in which the meat was prepared, and then the way that they were, oh man, the way that they were housing and slaughtering the animals, man. I was like, I'm good. I can't do this. Then I read How to Eat to Live, Volume 2. I don't know why I read 2 before 1 from Elijah Muhammad, and that just woke me up. Then I also read like at that time it was like a vegan bodybuilding book by like Robert Cherokee. So I was just consuming a lot of information. But that slaughterhouse video and that Elijah Muhammad book was like, all right, this meat got to go. I mean, just outside of the fact that meat is not necessarily healthy for you, but man, when you watch the slaughterhouse video, just outside of the way that they are killing the animals, man, like it is so unclean in the slaughterhouse, man. Them conditions are garbage. It looks like they are preparing the meat in a facility that stores garbage. Like that's how terrible it looked when that slaughterhouse video that I was watching, man. It's like this is a facility that we place our garbage, and this is where we are preparing your meat. I couldn't take that. Yeah, Atlanta. I got a cousin in Atlanta. Yeah, I pretty much up to a certain point, I got every shot that they recommended that I get. And I know for a fact, like I'm still suffering from the effects of a lot of those shots. I know that for a fact. I know it for an actual fact. Yeah, and that's what a lot of people don't understand about vaccines. Like, no, we can't be doing that. We can't be looking at it like it's a universal thing. I don't know if the documentary was called Slaughterhouse, and like, man, this was like 10 years ago. I don't even think that documentary exists anymore, man. But I don't know what the documentary was called, but you could just probably YouTube slaughterhouse videos and see. But man, it was terrible. Yeah, it was terrible, man. It was man, just oh man. Who the conditions of the slaughterhouse, man. I just, you can only watch it and see it for yourself, man. Feces everywhere. It was gross, man. It was gross. Most definitely, Donna. I got chlorella and spirulina. I keep those on me. I keep them. Keep them. That's one of the reasons why I actually keep them, because I know I had that issue from the feeling. So I had to get the mercury out of me. What's crazy, Veducated, I actually got a book called Education Over Medication. So yeah. But the hormones in the meat, they are fed their unnatural diet. The conditions of the slaughterhouse, like it's so much that's wrong with that process, man. But to just see it is an eye opener. It's an eye opener, man, to just see it. And that's why I said, man, that's one thing I feel like we need to protest more. That we need to stand outside of McDonald's and pork industry and all that, man, and chicken. We need to protest that. Because that stuff, man, it is not cool. We are too filled with mucus and toxins, man. Like, how are we a real threat when we probably can't even last about a day or two because we just so out of shape? We so filled with mucus. Yeah, fruits and vegetables are real. You know how many times I have been told that real men eat meat, and like I was not a man because my lunch consisted of like fruits. yet I can still like outwork these same dudes in the gym. Like I remember that when I first was making a transition, man, my lunch, like I was eating honeydew melons. Like I was eating melons for lunch. That was my whole entire lunch. Dudes out here bashing every fast food place under the sun, bunch of meat, all that. And as the day going on, their energy level is dying. I'm good. But they was trying to criticize me for eating fruits. I didn't let that deter me at all. I was like, okay, while your energy level is suffering, I'm going to have high energy. I'm not going to be affected. I'm going to get through this job. I'm going to get through this day easily. Then when I go home, I'm going to still have energy. I'm going to be in a decent mood because of what I'm choosing to fuel my body with. Listen, plant-based, listen, just like when we was talking about there is no universal, like everybody responds differently to the vaccines. Listen, I'm going to go but everybody needs to go plant-based, period. I just don't even care how that sounds at this point anymore. Everybody needs to go plant-based. Like that should be your main objective. Like that should be a priority to go plant-based. I mean, period. Like that's part of what I'm pushing. Like I'm gonna have videos in the future that's kind of giving you instructions on how to do it and breaking down a lot of myths, but like that, everybody needs to be striving to go plant-based. Oh yeah, my like they did that to me in the beginning, but it's like I've actually got family members now that are actually kind of trying to make that transition themselves. So I guess after years of seeing me do it, realizing this wasn't a phase, realizing I'm really about that life, I guess they was like, hey, it's looking like it's working out for him. So I might need to do this. Or I may need to try this. But yeah, I'm missing out on the doctor. I'm missing out on the heart troubles. I'm missing out on the cancers. I'm missing out on the diabetes and all and the strokes and all that stuff. So I'm good. Yeah, you doggone right. I'm missing out. I'm missing out on that low quality of life where I'm dependent on medication. I'm missing out on my memory, like losing that. I'm missing out on all that. Man, what a party I'm missing out on. Oh, man, it's so easy. Listen, putting on muscle with being plant-based is easy. It is easy. It is very easy. Like my strength has not suffered. As long as you are eating the proper amount of calories, like you good. You good. Trust me, like you do not have to worry about muscle and going plant-based. As long as you getting those calories in, like it's so many different ways you can get the protein. Like I just invested in a new form of protein that I just learned about called jungle peanuts. They are a complete protein. And I mean, they on Amazon for $9.99. Complete protein, jungle peanuts. Look into those. That's a complete protein. I got all 9 of the essential amino acids that they act like you can only get from meat. These jungle peanuts have all 9 of those essential amino acids. And they are peanuts, jungle peanuts, the healthier version of peanuts. Like just look up the benefits of jungle peanuts. Like I've been putting them in. I had 2 smoothies a day, put them all in the smoothies with the hemp seeds. Get the hemp seeds too. 3 tablespoons hemp seeds, 10 grams of protein. And them seeds are small. So you good. I mean, just those 2 in and of itself. Don't get me started on the beans and eating the spinach and kale and things of that nature. Like you eat enough of that, you are good. Yeah, growing the food is like my next step. Yeah, get them jungle peanuts. I'm telling y'all, that stuff is essential. Like I just learned about it, and I'm glad I did because it's cheap. Nah, $9.99. I got me a bag. Yeah, kale, keep that up. Eating a lot of the kale and spinach. Add broccoli in there too. Broccoli is almost like a superfood. It's a lot of misinformation out there. A lot of people, that follow Dr. Sebi tell you broccoli ain't real food, man. The science is out here. There's too many benefits that come from eating broccoli. And cruciferous vegetables. Like it's a lot of benefits to eating those. So definitely get some broccoli in there too. Yeah, I was trying to tell a lot of people with the pandemic, everybody was, focusing on washing their hands and wearing a mask. I was like, man, y'all need to change the way y'all eating. A lot of these viruses and things of that nature get passed around via the meat, via the food that we eat. So I was like, man, we got to clean up that too. Yeah, the hemp and flax seeds. Yeah, get you some chia seeds too, and some pumpkin seeds. For the iron content. So get all that. Almond milk. You know what? For the longest, I was fooling with almond milk, but I've gotten off of almond milk. Now I used to get the unsweetened original almond milk, but now I'm only on hemp milk, and then they got oat milk out here now. I'm about to try that, but like I'm on hemp milk now, and that's it. But I mean, if you get the original unsweetened almond milk, it's not necessarily bad, but like that hemp milk is way better for you. So I definitely look into getting some hemp milk. Hemp milk. Yeah, when I get a bigger space, like that's one of my major things. One of the reasons I just got away from the almond milk, I mean, I don't know, I just felt like it was time for me to make a change. I changed a lot of things in regards to the way that I was eating because I'm always striving to be the best version of myself. So, I work out a lot. So I be checking like my stamina for certain things. So I was like, man, I feel like I could perform at a higher level. So I was like, man, what am I consuming? So one of the main things that I was consuming was like kind of like almond milk and things of that nature. So I cut it out and I was like, I'm gonna substitute it with a different milk. So ever since I've been using hemp milk, like it's been a lot better, a lot smoother. Yeah, you can put, I mean, for the most part, you can put the hemp milk in there, but I just use water. So I mean, you can either use water or the milk, but I use water when I make my smoothies. But I mean, at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. Yeah, hemp seeds, hemp milk, all that. Man, it's 2 a.m. where you, whoo. Yeah, it's about 8 o'clock where I'm at, 8 p.m. Yeah, I'm getting to the point where I'm almost like 100% just fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds. Like I'm almost getting to that point, honestly. Like it's getting real. Like that's where I'm getting. I'm getting to that point. Like I didn't even I didn't even been doing the knowledge to like whole grains and just like the negative effects of whole grains. Like when people think they eating the whole wheat bread and they think that it's benefiting them, like I got some information that people may not like about that. So like it's a lot of stuff that I'm that I'm trying to get off of. Yes, sir. Like today, like the smoothies that I made today, this is what I had. I put 2 bananas in there. I put some blueberries, some blackberries, and then I got some frozen like mangoes, like grapes, I think pineapples. I put 3 tablespoons of hemp seeds in there. And I put a couple of the jungle nuts in there, like a handful. Then I put this kelp powder that I got. It's like a green powder. I put a tablespoon of that in there. Now I just put some water in there and that was it. No, sir. That's what I'm saying. I got a book that talks about whole grain. I mean, it's probably better, but it can be one of the reasons why you may not be achieving that optimal level of health. So that's why I tell people to just kind of pay attention. Because even just in my household, like we've been paying attention and we realized that when we start to feel a certain type of way, like it was like the bread was causing a problem. The whole grain bread, like the whole wheat bread. Like the moment we got off of that bread, like the problems went away. So if you got to get a certain type of bread, I recommend like Ezekiel bread. That may be like the only bread that I would recommend. If you got to do something utilizing bread, Ezekiel bread would be the best bread to utilize. Nah, I didn't like oat. I've never really liked yogurt, like ever. Yeah, drink it. Matter of fact, I'm glad you mentioned spring water. I also just got. I'm trying to grab this thing here that I just got. I'm ordering everything that's just gonna help me. I got this digital TDS meter. Like, this is what it is. It's basically, it's something, it helps you kind of test how pure your water is. And I ordered mine off of Amazon, man. I've been testing my water left and right. It lets you know how pure your water is from the shower water, because a lot of people don't know how toxic the water is that we shower with and take baths with. Like, that water can be toxic. Like, this thing is crucial. Like, I've been testing my water. Like, I've been legitimately testing my water. Like, that's a crucial device to have. I recommend everybody get that. Yeah, the filter, even like a filter for your shower water and all that. Like, it's a lot of hidden elements, a lot of small elements that we don't pay attention to. So if you used to eat the oatmeal, I'm gonna give you one good, Kevin, because I got steel cut oats that when I'm working, I put the steel cut oats in my smoothies as well. So you could do that. Get you some steel cut oats or some buckwheat, and you can put that in the smoothie as well if you're worried about gains. Like, I do that from time to time. I put the steel cut oats in my smoothie. Yeah, that essential water. You know that's my water, bro. But yeah, Kev, put some steel cut oats or some buckwheat in that smoothie. Yeah, that nectarine, man. I'm about to grab me probably some blueberries or something. I don't know what I'm about to grab. The brain food. If y'all know anybody that, if you got some elders in your family right now, if they not suffering from like dementia, like Alzheimer's, get them on blueberries and strawberries. Like a couple of those a day, prevent all of that. So look out for your elders, man. Tell them to eat a couple of strawberries and blueberries a day to protect the brain. Yeah, that kelp powder that I got, like, that's basically like, because I was reading a book, and it was pretty much telling us, you know how I go. They tell you, to eat the food that the animals are eating. So you know what I'm saying? So we focus on eating the animal, but like they getting their strength and all that from the plants. So kelp is basically where like the fish, like sea creatures, like that's basically what they feast on. Like, that's the plant that they feast on. So that's why I went and got that. And it's got, it's iodine, what is it, magnesium, calcium, potassium, iron. Like, you're getting all that with that kelp powder. Peace, fam. Peace, legendary verb. Man, I rinse them off, fam. Like, I just rinse them off. Get straight to it. Yeah, I keep organic blueberries on me. That's one of, like, organic blueberries and blackberries. That's it. That's like my go-to. That's my snack. Those my bag of chips. Blackberries and blueberries. That's a chip to me. I get hemp milk from the store, bro. I don't know what stores are out there where you at, but like whatever store you go do your grocery shopping, they should have some hemp milk. Peanut butter, bro. That's exactly why I got the jungle peanuts, because I was doing some knowledge to peanut butter, and they were talking about just how detrimental the peanut butter is, and how it's just like the lowest form of like the peanut, like the actual peanut butter, even if it's organic. And they were saying the highest form of the peanut would be the jungle nut. So that's why, because I was doing a lot of peanut butter, so that's why I switched over to the jungle peanuts, because I did some research on peanut butter, and I didn't like what I came across. That's low quality. The peanut butter. So I was like, oh, okay. So they said, go get the jungle peanuts. So that's why I went and got the jungle peanuts. Yeah, I'm telling you, Kev, trial and error with me, man. I've done everything. Probably every question that you had, I probably did that. Like, I was on peanut butter heavy. And I was like, wait a minute, no, this can't be right. And I came across information at the right time, changed me up on that. So I was like, all right, jungle peanuts. Oh man, sorry about that, Sasha, man. Sorry about that. I've definitely seen dementia, how it can affect not only the person but the family. Yeah, avocado seeds, apricot seeds. That's another good one. Apricot seeds. Yeah, definitely get that kelp powder from Amazon. Get that. I'm telling you, all the superfoods and all that type of stuff that I come across, I get it as soon as I see it. I'm always striving to elevate my health, man. But I can tell you right now, like I feel just off of those two smoothies. I don't know if y'all can probably tell just the energy level that I have, man. All I had today was two smoothies, and I had some pecans. That's it. And then I'm gonna eat an immune boosting meal tonight, probably just like some onions, mushrooms, asparagus, and things of that nature. Good books on discipline, Legendary Verb, the best book that I recommend that kind of changed my two of them. Atomic Habits, that's a good book. Definitely get that. And what is it? Morning Miracles. Those two books on discipline, like that Morning Miracle book changed my life. That book encouraged me to start getting up in the morning and handling my business before everybody else got up. Like with that, when I read that book, I started getting up 5 o'clock every morning. Man, I finished 2 books doing that while working all throughout the day. So I work 8, 9 hours, then go train people, then work out. So I was able to start waking up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I got a bunch of stuff done just doing that. So like that Morning Miracle, that's a crucial book along with Atomic Habits on discipline. Yeah, man, that peanut butter, man. I got some almond butter. I had to go get that, but I had to get up off the peanut butter, man. I ain't like the information that I came across. The healthiest seed, man. All the seeds are healthiest, but I say probably the healthiest would be them hemp seeds, and I would say pumpkin seeds. And the reason why I would say pumpkin seeds because the iron. So I go if you had to pick between the seeds, if you had to pick just two and stick to them, I say hemp seeds, pumpkin seeds. But man, I was eating peanut butter out the jar, man. I wasn't even putting it in a smoothie. I was eating it fresh out the jar. Oh yeah, vegans eat good. I eat some good meals. Yeah, mushrooms are crucial, especially during this time. Like mushrooms build the immune system. Yeah, broccoli is telling you another thing. If you know somebody suffering from lung cancer, broccoli, tell them to eat broccoli. Tell them to increase their dosage of broccoli. So if you know anybody help that condition, so tell them to consume broccoli religiously. Oh yeah, most definitely. Nah, fam, I'ma just go ahead and have to tell you, dope to the peanut butter. Don't even do it. Just don't do it. Like finish up the peanut butter that you got now, but like no. I even got it's a couple like I got almond butter and it's another butter that I got that'll be better than peanut butter, but this stuff is expensive, which is why I really don't too much care to be purchasing it. But I got almond butter and then it's like sunflower butter. Those are two alternatives for peanut butter. Better alternatives. Yeah, flaxseed milk. I was trying to think of another milk. I knew I was missing one. Flaxseed milk is good. Yeah, them pumpkin seeds at Whole Foods, yeah, they pretty cheap. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The Dr. Sebi list, like I fool with Dr. Sebi, but some of the stuff, like I don't follow it to a T because some of the stuff I'm like some of the stuff he's telling you to stay away from can benefit you. Hence broccoli. I'm you really not about to find too many people saying they died because they ate too much broccoli. Like no, but I mean for the most part, I respect his work. Yeah, if you make your own, that's always better. But the store bought, nope. Appreciate that, Kev. Yeah, I got to re up on my pumpkin seeds. I actually got to get some more of them joints. Like I said, I just got them jungle peanuts. I've been on those, and I got hemp seeds. I just been on that mix for a minute. Yeah, the pecans and the walnut. I got my bag of pecans right here. Those two good snacks for you. Yeah, to say garlic isn't good, like for treating like inflammation and things like that, like I was like, nah, garlic is too many benefits that come with garlic. Like for me to say garlic isn't necessarily good or beneficial. Yeah, Louisiana, that's kind of what Dr. Sebi said that, along with like broccoli. And like I said, his list could get a little extreme. And you got some people that just kind of blindly follow the list. So I'm always doing research. So I'm never just gonna accept like, oh, yep, Dr. Sebi's list. I'm following that to a T. Like I'm researching that. So you gotta do your proper research. But I can tell you right now, you can't go wrong with garlic. Yeah, ginger root is good. Turmeric, that's, oh my goodness. That turmeric, man, you not including that in your regimen, then you slacking. Like the turmeric, when it comes to cancer fighting, like turmeric is like the apex of that. No, I eat. Oh, I love Brussels sprouts. Oh man, no, not in the minority. I eat them as much as I can. Yeah, turmeric. When it comes to cancer fighting spices, turmeric is at the top of the list. It literally causes the cancer cells to like self-destruct, because that's what, like, our cells are naturally designed to do that. Basically, we rebuilding like every few months. So like our cells are programmed to like die, and we are programmed to get new cells. But when you get cancer, like those cancer cells are able to turn that off. So those cancer cells don't necessarily die. The turmeric can cause that cancer cell to self-destruct. So that's what we need and we want. Yeah, turmeric is good. I mean, if you know anybody that's suffering from any form of cancer, make sure they consuming that. Oh yeah, it's a lot of knowledge right here. This little thread, like this thread should go viral, man. It's a lot of knowledge, man. It's a lot of knowledge going on right now. Cucumber is good. I just had some cucumber. Yeah, keep some turmeric. Keep it. I'll throw it in a smoothie. I'll throw it in anything. Yeah, I've heard about adding it to the teas too. I haven't. No, I have done that. Yeah, I've done that. Yep. So like, yeah, that turmeric is, whew, got to be consuming that. All those spices like are great for inflammation, and the thing of it is, inflammation is like a common problem. Like that's kind of what everybody is facing. Like that's consuming a diet high in like animal protein. It's inflammation. Like it's causing all type of inflammation. A diet high in animal products like animal protein is creating all type of inflammation internally. And if you continue to consume it day in and day out, like that inflammation is just getting 20 times worse. Oh yeah, that's good. You had the dinner at lunch today. Yep. That's it. I mean, if you continue to follow that, I guarantee you will see a lot of changes, a lot of positive changes. Detoxing, bro. Like I just read a book. It's funny, man. A lot of y'all are asking questions. Like I literally just read about a lot of some of these questions. That's crazy. It's like right on time with some of these questions. But with the detox, it's crazy. I just read some about that. It's a book called Change Your Schedule, and they talked about kind of before you transition over to kind of eating clean, how you need to kind of clean the kidney and colon. And it was like one of the best ways to do that, according to this book, was like castor oil. So just taking like 2 tablespoons of castor oil, and if you want to mix it with like grapefruit oil or something like that, or grapefruit, then you can. And that'll kind of create that detox effect. But you got to do it when you have nothing to do, because you will probably legitimately be going to the bathroom. But I heard it's like a castor oil detox. And yeah, fasting, I'm always a fan of fasting. That'll be my first go-to. It's fasting. You know, I don't really even consume eggplant. But I mean, I've heard good things about it, but I've never actually consumed. I think I may have had eggplant like once, but that's not something that I consume often. But if you honestly, legitimately want to detox, I would say the best way to do it, because you want to ease your way kind of into fasting, depending on how toxic you are. So I would work my way into like a water fast. So I would start off eating light, you know, go a day or 2 or 3, consuming light foods like soups and smoothies. Do that for like 2 or 3 days, and then I go on like a water fast for like 3 days after easing into it. And I also say make fasting a part of like your lifestyle. So don't just do it once to get a certain type of result. Do it like fast monthly. Pick 3 days out of the month where you just, it's water out of each month, like just fast, or 3 days out of the month where you just do smoothies. So I say make it a part of your lifestyle. I mean, you could detox, reset like that every month. Like, how about the beginning of the month, the first 3 days of each month, you detoxing, you fasting. Yeah, intermittent fasting. I've recommended that to clients, like people that I've trained. I've recommended that to them. Yeah, fruit fast, like a raw food fast, will be one of the best things you can do. Like just a raw food fast. That'll change your life. Yeah, I can't. I don't have much to say about eggplant because I haven't consumed it. Probably like once. Yeah, I don't eat a breakfast. I drink my breakfast. I drink smoothie every morning. That's it. And I've been doing that for the longest. I don't even remember the last time I legit ate a breakfast. If I forget a smoothie, I'm just gonna eat fruits. So like my breakfast is my smoothie. And I mean, I consistently do that. Like like people religiously grab coffee. Like my morning go-to is that smoothie. I gotta have that smoothie in the morning. I'm addicted to eating healthy. I'm addicted to the health forming foods. I'm addicted to the alkaline foods. I'm addicted. I'd rather have that addiction to being addicted to the toxic foods. That's good. Right on to your moms, man. Yeah, smoothie in the morning. I'm telling you, that changed my life. Yeah, gotta be addicted to the high quality life, most definitely. Like for pre-workout, man, the only thing I pretty much consume are like some bananas. So I eat like bananas or something to fuel me for the workouts. No, yeah, Louisa, yeah. Stop. Nope. Don't eat that in the morning. Stop doing that now. Man, if I eat McDonald's now, I'll probably die. Like I haven't had McDonald's, so I guarantee if I had McDonald's, right, if I probably walk in McDonald's, I'll probably faint, pass out, and that'd probably be it. Like I probably would just die. Matter of fact, my heart just felt funny just mentioning McDonald's. Like I probably couldn't even tolerate being inside of McDonald's. I'm to the point now where I don't even understand. Like at this point in time, McDonald's should be the one fast food that we just abandoned. Like burn all the McDonald's down. Like why are McDonald's still here? Like it's just so much information out here to let you know that at least out of all the places, McDonald's is garbage. That should be the consensus. You gonna burn anything down, burn McDonald's down. Like that's what I'm advocating for. Burn McDonald's down. McDonald's. It is crazy. I never hear about them. Like even with protesting and stuff like that, I've never once heard of McDonald's being. McDonald's right around the corner because, like I said, I grew up right around the corner from what happened to Mike Brown. So it's a McDonald's like right there. Burn that down. I guess I'm gonna have to do that. I guess I'm gonna have to go out here with the protest, and I'm gonna have to find the nearest McDonald's and just set it on fire and just burn it down. I'm gonna have to do that because nobody wanted to burn the McDonald's down, man. McDonald's is trash. Like I hate McDonald's with a passion. Like I just don't. I hate it. Like I hate it. And if I find out you eating McDonald's, I may not even want to talk to you because like I just don't fool with that place. Like I remember the days when they had the dollar double cheeseburger. Like that's one of the reasons why I don't fool with them. They was killing me slowly. That dollar double cheeseburger. Like I was religiously eating that. I mean, I used to go to McDonald's religiously. Like that's one of the reasons why I hate it. It's garbage, man. I'm telling you, I would not mind seeing McDonald's burned down to the ground. Man, cheap eats and a cheap death, boy. That's how you going. That ain't how I want to go out. Garbage in, garbage out. Yep. There is no justifying eating McDonald's. You better off not eating. So I mean, what's cheaper than not eating? Like, what's cheaper than that? Like, it ain't nothing cheaper than not eating. So I'd rather just not eat. That's the cheapest form of living right there, to just not eat. If my only option is McDonald's, I'm good. I need to be reevaluating my life. If the only thing at this particular point I can do is afford McDonald's, like I'm tripping. But I'm saying people that say, oh, it's cheap, they about $200 shoes. So I don't even want to hear that. I don't even want to hear that. When they talk about food, oh, this McDonald's is cheap, that's why I eat it, this, that, and the third. Like, but you ain't got no problem spending money on shoes and clothes. Yeah, Wendy's is garbage, but it's like it's not even worth mentioning Wendy's. Like they garbage, but they not worth mentioning. Wendy's just garbage, and they just garbage. They garbage, you just move on. Like, yeah, they garbage. Like I don't even know what they sell at Wendy's. That's how garbage Wendy's is. Like what do if you go to Wendy's, what are you going for? Man, I buying a banana, buying a fruit bowl, all that. The Chinese food, the Asians themselves, the people that prepare the Chinese food do not eat the Chinese food themselves. Like they don't even eat it. They feeding it to us. When they go home, they are not eating fried rice with ham in it. They're not eating the fried rice with the weird looking chicken in it that look like rats. But they not eating that. Yeah, the baconator, six pieces of bacon, 3 patties on that joint with all the cheese on it. Man, just a heart attack waiting to happen. Yeah, they most definitely eat that, man. Like I don't even. I used to eat all that garbage, man. But like I said, even with the Wendy's, man, ain't nobody even answered that question. What do you go to Wendy's for? Why are people at Wendy's? What is there? I think he said the Baconator. I guess that's it. Man, look, dying convenient? Because that's what if you go to McDonald's and you say if we saying that's convenient, so I guess dying must also be convenient because that's what it's gonna lead to. It's gonna lead to heart attacks, it's gonna lead to cancer, it's gonna lead to diabetes, it's gonna lead to strokes, high blood pressure, and all that. I don't think none of that is convenient. So I mean, it'd be convenient for them to burn down also. Oh, so Wendy, okay, it's a bacon obsession at Wendy's. Okay, so that's what they going to Wendy's for. Because I had no idea. I've been out the game too long. I don't know what's at some of these places. But we need to start with McDonald's, man. We need to start the crusade, man. I mean, I used to religiously populate them places and order the wrong for man. I mean, I used to go to White Castle get the crave case and wake up feeling garbage. Okay, what part of Texas you in? I got some family in Texas. The cousin that I was mentioning, she's in Texas. What part of Texas is that? I mean, the Heart Attack Grill, really? And people go in there? Oh man, Jay, you didn't don't you the hip hop culture, you don't want to know my take on that. But no, I haven't heard of the Heart Attack Grill. That sounds that's crazy. If people going into that place, I've lost all hope for humanity. Like, please don't tell me that's a popular place. Like, what do you? Oh yeah, I'm gonna go to the Heart Attack Grill. Like what? Yeah, you talking about is the Heart Attack Grill is in Vegas too? Oh, you in Maryland? Okay, the Heart Attack boy. Whew. I'm gonna have to look into that. I'm gonna have to ask my peoples because that I can't tolerate that. The Heart Attack Grill, no. So it's in Nevada. Okay, all right. So this it's getting ridiculous. Yeah, they bring it. Oh yeah, the Impossible Burgers and all that type of stuff. The Impossible Meat. So yeah, they know it's money in that market. So you about to see a lot more vegan options than these restaurants, but they're not gonna necessarily be the best or healthy vegan options, but they gonna do it. You gotta sign a waiver to eat at the Heart Attack Grill. That makes sense. So they monetizing off of like our unhealthy habits. That's crazy. It's almost genius in a way, but that's crazy. The bypass, the double bypass. Man, come on. Come on. I mean, man, come on. The double the double bypass. I heard it all, man. I'm gonna make that a mission in my life to go into that place and whoever is in there, I might curse them out. Anybody that's in the Heart Attack Grill deserves to be cursed out. If you go there religiously, you deserve to be cursed out. That's foolish. The Heart Attack Burger, come on, man. If I ever find out somebody eating a Heart Attack Burger again, I'm cussing. I might fight them. Like I'm just starting to get aggressive with this self stuff. I might legit haul off and punch this person. Because obviously you don't care about living if you eat a Heart Attack Burger. So I might as well just punch you in the face. Yeah, it's always better to cook the food. Yeah, stay on them fruits though. Stay on it. Like I said, I'm getting to the point where I'm comfortable fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and I don't need much else on top of that. So I'm getting comfortable with that. Yeah, the healthy joint, I come up with that. The reverse heart attack omelet. Like, I come up with all type of stuff, man. The kill cancer smoothie. Boy, all of that. I will come up with all of that type of stuff. You get the low blood pressure. Oh man, the low blood pressure burger or something. Like, I have all type of names. Yeah, fruits. I eat fruits all day. Man, y'all got me about to watch the food channel and YouTube some food joints because this crazy. Yeah, the meatless options. I honestly, I just got off of that. Like, I just got off of that, and I already noticed the difference. So I just got off of that. Yeah, vegan restaurant. That's part of the mission. Like, I'm starting with the gym. Like, I want to do a juice bar. Like, I want to. That might be the transition. Like, I want to go gym, juice bar, and all that good stuff. Shout out to Styles P, Jadakiss. They pretty much motivated and inspired me for the juice bar. Like, that's something I definitely want to do just based off of seeing them do it. Yeah, that black seed oil is crucial. Oh yeah, I'm gonna definitely check out the Heart Attack Grill. Like I said, I'm going to that joint. That's my life mission. I'm gonna go to Heart Attack Grill. I might fight everybody in there. When you see a video go viral of a dude that went up in the Heart Attack Grill and fought everybody, that was me. Yeah, I got my elderberry over here too, man. I got all of that. Everything you probably name, I got it. I got sea moss over here, all of that. Oh yeah, Styles P and J. Yeah, they got juice bars. They got several. Styles P been on it heavy, man. Especially talking about the health. Like, I've been watching his transition, so like it's cool. Him and Jadakiss, man. I respect them brothers heavy. But I'm gonna start with this gym. But the juice bar is definitely going to happen. When I say something is going to happen, it's going to happen. That's definitely going to happen. So like I said, y'all, man, I done been venting for a minute, and y'all done got me wanting to look up this Heart Attack Grill, man. So what I'm gonna do, I'm about to end this. I'm gonna probably, I don't know, man. Sometimes I just get the notion to go live. So I don't know. I may go live sometime this week again, man. If I just feel like I need to talk about something or express myself, I'll get back on here. So I'm pretty unpredictable, but I will be doing my little podcast episode Saturday again. But in between that, I may just pop on here and get the venting again because this was pretty cool. But now I'm about to go look up the Heart Attack Grill, man, and I need to find out all the people that's going there so I can call them stupid and challenge them to a boxing match because that's crazy. So I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.